Hi, friend. Welcome. My name is Sarah Chansey, and I'm the founder and creative director of Chansey Charm. We're a national wedding planning and design firm with over 500 happy couples served and dozens of publications under our brand. And today, I am so excited to share with you exactly how we get a client's wedding published. There is a method to the madness. So if you have a couple that's really excited about getting their wedding published online or in print, or perhaps you have a wedding that you're really proud of. You've been working on it for a year and you're really passionate about seeing it in print or online. Again, this has been key to our success is getting published and getting in front of new potential clients. But you're overwhelmed. Maybe you're stressed out because you're like, I don't know how to make this happen for my client or for my business, but I know it's important and I really want to see it happen. Well, today I'm going to walk you through step by step all of the things you need to do before, during, and after the wedding to see it be published. So let's dive in. The first thing you're going to want to do is to share your design board. Now, if you see this screen and your first reaction is to completely freak out because you don't even have a design board, don't worry, don't panic. I actually have another YouTube video where I actually walk you through step by step how to create a design board for your client. This is going to be so key because you're going to want to create a design board that communicates the aesthetic vision of your client's wedding to all of the aesthetic vendors so that day of, everyone shows up in line, on board, with the same colors, the same color palette. They're all on board with the vision and there's no surprises. This is really great for you as a planner, for your client, for expectations. But the most important vendor to share your design board with, this is going to surprise most of you out there, is actually the photographer. And I know you're like, well, the photographer's not bringing anything, aesthetically for the wedding. They're not bringing the cake or flowers or, why do they need to see the design board? Well, let me tell you why. I love sending photographers the design board before the wedding because it gets them pumped. They get on board with getting it published. They get excited about the details and they show up day of with a really cohesive vision of what's going to happen that day. And they love it. So make sure you share your design board before the wedding with the photographer to make sure that they're on board with getting it published and they are your ally that day. Next, you're going to want to create a design statement. I know this might sound really scary. I have an art interior design degree, so design statements are like my jam. But for most of the planners I work with, this is a very overwhelming part of the process. And I want you to take a deep breath, and I want to give you a couple of little tips and tricks. First of all, you're going to focus in the design statement on just sharing, what the design is based on. So what the colors are, why the couple chose those colors. But here's another little trick. You can actually reach out to the couple to get a couple of quotes from them about their wedding and why they chose what they chose and where they're getting married and yada, yada, and incorporate those things in the design statement. So it's kind of like a cheat. You're getting some content from them for your design statement. All the publications you're going to submit to really want a design statement from the bride or from the planners. So just go ahead, pump it out before the wedding while you're feeling really good. You're feeling like you're on top of all the details. It'll make it so much easier. Next, you're also going to want to create a shot list and a timeline. Why? Again, so you can share it with a photographer. In fact, I have a pet peeve. Please send the shot list and the timeline to the photographer before you send the timeline to anyone else. The reason for that is the photographer might decide that they need more time for certain detail shots to get this wedding published. So if they've seen the design, they've seen the shot list, then they see the timeline, you can make some adjustments before you send it out to everyone else. And that just saves you a lot of back and forth. It also ensures you're going to have enough time day of. Again, day of details. Let's talk about that. So day of, I actually would show up to a wedding. I had a planner in charge of the logistics. My entire job, so this might be something you want to hire out an assistant for. There's stylists that do this. To basically come to your wedding and style for the photographer. The reason why this is so important is because, guys, we have to take care of our photographers. I love my photographers. Honest to goodness, most of the photographers I worked with are some of my very best friends. Just love them to death. And day of, they are so overwhelmed because they're trying to capture the emotion of the day along with all of the detail shots and the reception shots, overall shots. I mean, it's just a lot. And they're trying to stay on schedule, and they're trying to keep the wedding party on schedule often. And it's a lot for them. So if you can go and make sure that, you know, the head table is set up perfectly for detail shots and the invitation suite is styled, that is really going to help them and you win. It's going to help you get the publication for your client, for your brand. So day of, it's just really all about being hands-on in there, helping the photographer be successful. That's what it's all about day of. And then after the wedding, you're going to want to make sure that you have a very comprehensive vendor list of all of the information, emails, websites, just everything, that you're not leaving anyone out. It's hard to remember all the vendors sometimes, but it's so important. And then you're going to want to give the photographer some space, look at the contract, find out when the images are due, and just follow up with them to see if you can assist with the publication, with the submission process. Although a lot of them like to submit themselves, at Chancy Charm, we do it in-house. So, you know, just reaching out about 8 to 12 weeks after whatever their contract says to say, hey, do you have the images from that wedding? I'm just really excited about getting published. You know, actually, here's a folder I've created with the board, the design statement, all the vendor credits. You know, do you want me to work on this? Do you want to work on this? Just, you know, collaborating, making sure that there's adequate follow-up, that it doesn't just kind of go into oblivion. So maybe you actually put something on your calendar to remind yourself to follow up. So I hope that this has been just a blessing to you and your business, that it's kind of breathed new life into the publication process for you, that you're taking a deep breath, that you're feeling better. If you want all of this information in black and white, my shot list, check out my wedding planner resource shop. I actually have a guide in there that you can purchase that gives all of this in detail. But again, I hope that you're just feeling better about this, and I know that you can do it, and I'm rooting for you.